Hello and welcome to Red Bank Corner here at Donington for your first British Truck Racing Championship race of the weekend. I'm of course Pointy and we do welcome you. The weather at the moment is looking pretty good. We had some showers earlier on this morning, but hopefully the track has had a few more races on it since then and the surface has started to dry up a bit. We can see as we look across Red Bank now a huge number of spectators, which is absolutely lovely to see. A lot of people making the effort to come out and see some great British motorsport this weekend. That's enough from me. I'll head back to Dave in the studio now and let's see what happens. The first race here at Donington.
Right, here is the grid then for the first truck race of the day, and it's Martin Gibson, number 11, who has set pole position with his MAN alongside number 69 David Jenkins. John Newell's new MAN, the race winner at Thruxton a few weeks ago, on the second row alongside number 1 Ryan Smith, the 5-time consecutive champion with his new Mercedes Actros. Row 3, number 7 Stuart Oliver, 10 times champion alongside returnee number 33 Steve Thomas. And on row 4, number 81 Mark Taylor and 86 Tom O'Rourke. Completing the Division 1 runners is number 157 Jonathan Willis, newcomer this year with his MAN. Then there's a gap and we've got the Division 2 runners, and it's number 32 Jock Borthwick from Scotland, who's set a surprise and welcome pole position. His first season as a truck racer, he's on pole alongside championship leader 68 Craig Reed. Second row in Division 2, number 5 Adam Bint with the Volvo White and 41 Simon Cole with his Team Hard Mercedes. The third row, number 3 Stephen Powell and number 12 Michael Oliver, son of Stuart, in his Scania. Next on the grid, 46 Bradley Smith and number 16 Brad Smith. Commentator's nightmare there. 16 Brad and 46 Bradley is how we tell them apart. Then row 11, we've got number 10 Craig Evans and 6 of John Powell. Appeared at Brands Hatch at the start of the season, I think. No, that was Brad Smith. Apologies. John Powell is on his first appearance of the season. And Paddy Mack, number 99 Paul McCumsky, in his Volvo, rounds out the grid of 20 trucks.
In terms of where they stand, and Craig Reed as well.
Pace truck leads them round. He will pull off into the pit lane and then we will be ready to rumble. This is going to be a cracker, the first of 5 truck races here at Donington Park at Convoy in the Park 2021, celebrating all things trucking at the home of motorsport in the Midlands. The pace truck is into the pit lane. When the red lights go out, we will be underway. David Jenkins on the outside, Martin Gibson on the inside. Away we go. The first truck race of the weekend is underway. Down towards Redgate Corner for the first time. Martin Gibson holding the inside line. He'll just about try and hold the lead there. David Jenkins trying to go round the outside in truck number 69. The two MANs together. There's a little bit of rubbing there. Somebody running wide. That's 86 of Tom O'Rourke over the curb. It looks like they are all going to get round Redgate for the first time. Down to the Craner curves, and Jenkins has got the lead around the outside from Martin Gibson. Third is John Newell. Ryan Smith in the Mercedes in fourth ahead of Stuart Oliver. They swing their way into the old hairpin. One truck dropping back a little at the back. That's Paul McCumsky in his Volvo. Brad Smith side by side with Stephen Powell in the midfield, but it's David Jenkins who leads the way, the man from Stafford in truck number 69. Car racing comes later. Jenkins from Martin Gibson, John Newell in third. Not the easiest of circuits for the big rigs to overtake on here at Donington. As they go past the infield paddock there, full of show trucks on display. We'll have some truck parades on the circuit over the course of the weekend. Through Coppice onto the exhibition straights, down towards the Roberts chicane for the first time. This is where things can get interesting. Tight chicane this one, the right, then the left. Jenkins from Gibson, Newell, Smith, Stuart Oliver, Steve Thomas, Mark Taylor, and the Division 2 trucks you can see keeping up with Division 1. It's Jock Borthwick who's got the early lead there. Stephen Powell trying to make a move on Brad Smith. They've been side by side for the whole of the first lap. Jenkins leads by 1 second ahead of Martin Gibson in the GT Tyres MAN. It's MAN's 1, 2 and 3. Then we've got Ryan Smith in his Mercedes, the man going for a 6th consecutive British title in 4th position. Then the Volvo of Stuart Oliver. Gap back to Steve Thomas next then. Mark Taylor, Tom O'Rourke. I think we've had a change there for 9th. Yes, Jock Borthwick, the Division 2 leader, I think has got ahead of Jonathan Willis. Then Craig Reed in the red Iveco. And then we've got Michael Oliver in his Scania, number 12, the blue and white machine. Along the bottom of the course, The bridges to go across the circuit, the old bridge here at Donington as they come out of the old hairpin. The leaders are up at McLean's. Nice, steady start to the weekend. There is Mark Taylor, number 81. Started his life in truck racing as a sponsor for Ryan Smith before deciding to take up the sport for himself. Division 1 trucks coming down to the chicane for the second time, and David Jenkins starting to pull away slightly in his MAN. Martin Gibson in second. Ryan Smith is biding his time at the moment in fourth, looking to launch an attack when he can. Down the straight make up, 2 laps completed. Fastest lap of the race for David Jenkins, 1:26.761. He's increased his lead by just a couple of tenths of a second. Oh, a little bit sideways there, a bit late on the brakes into Redgate for Jenks there. He's gathered it up again. That's going to allow Martin Gibson to close in slightly, and a big cloud of smoke there, a blow up for Brad Smith, number 16. Bit of flame there as well. He's pulled onto the Melbourne loop out of harm's way. Very much out of the race there, Brad Smith, the Unity recovery truck, and Paddy Mack is slowing up as well. That's Paul McCumsky with his Volvo. Truck racing veteran in the number 99. So no change among the leaders so far. Going to gap back to number 81 of Mark Taylor. Steve Thomas, sorry, is next, then Mark Taylor. Then it's Tom O'Rourke before we've got Jock Borthwick, the Division 2 leader. I think Jonathan Willis in the more powerful 157 truck has got back ahead of him now. Martin Gibson defending here from John Newell for that second place. Jenkins still leads, just under 9 minutes of this race to go. The lead gap is still 6/10 of a second. John Newell 3/10 back in third place, and then Ryan Smith is 2 seconds off the lead, 1 second off Newell. Battle is on for 6th place, with Steve Thomas being caught now by Mark Taylor for 6th position. Is Paul McCumsky still running at the back? Don't think he is. So they've lost him, Simon Cole and Brad Smith. 17 trucks still running though, and here's the first 3 of them. Through McLean's. Leader getting away very slightly. There's Steve Thomas in the number 33, half yellow, half white, reverse livery of Stephen Powell's truck. Chased by Mark Taylor in number 81. That's the battle for 6th place overall, 6th in Division 1. Down towards the Roberts chicane once again, and the 3 leaders almost line astern now. Ryan Smith looking on from behind. A slightly subdued start to the day for Ryan Smith. Watch for John Newell here. He's got a run on the inside coming down into Redgate. He has to move back across because Gibson moves to defend into Redgate corner, the first corner on this Donington circuit, and Gibson has held that second place, but Newell looking pretty determined here. The number 18, the man from near Barnsley in South Yorkshire, Tom O'Rourke in trouble. He's pulled up. That's on the run into Coppice, the MV Commercial MAN. Here comes the second place battle, and John Newell has got through, up into second on the entry to the Craner curves there. Ryan Smith in 4th place. Good to hear from Pointy giving us some of his points of view from trackside there up at Redgate, enjoying the action. The first 3 have pulled away quite considerably. Oh, we've got a spinner there. That's Stephen Powell. Now, I wonder if there's been some contact there, because there was a bit of bodywork missing from the left front corner of the number 3 MAN. That's lost Stephen Powell a couple of places. I wonder if there was contact with Adam Bint, because those 2 were battling. Try and pick up Binty's truck when we can, see if there's any damage to that. Tom O'Rourke out of his truck, out of the race at Coppice. Here's the battle for the lead in Division 2. Jock Borthwick is being reeled in now by Craig Reed, and Craig is lapping a few tenths of a second faster in his Iveco, looking to keep his championship lead, looking for his first title. Here come the leaders. David Jenkins still leads up. Simon Cole's back out in the Team Hard Mercedes Beast. Let's hope he doesn't get in the way of our race leaders here. You can see Jenkins has pulled away a little bit. There's a bit of bodywork in the middle of the road there. That's probably from Stephen Powell's truck. Jenkins is going to have to lap the number 41 Mercedes here. Simon Cole, the man from Dartford in Kent. Not giving way there at Redgate. I don't think he's realised the leader's there. He will do now. Here's Jenks up the inside, and a little bit of, is that smoke or steam from John Newell's truck? He's lost second place. I think John Newell's got a problem. He's lost second place there to Martin Gibson. Oh, and the battle in Division 2 coming to a head, and Craig Reed's lost it. He's going to go round. Round he goes, mind the pit wall. Nice recovery by Craig Reed, a full 360. Michael Oliver avoids him there in the number 12 and gets through. That's for second in Division 2. Goodness me, a scary moment there for Craig Reed as he attacked into the chicane on the back of Jock Borthwick. The truck came around on him, he got onto the grass. Full 360 and he was able to save it, luckily. We've got just over 2 minutes of this race to go, so it's looking good for David Jenkins. But has John Newell got a problem here? Where's the battle in Division 2? Michael Oliver trying to hunt down Jock Borthwick for the lead. Can he take a win on his comeback? The number 12 Scania there. Here are the leaders. Jenkins clear of Martin Gibson now. Oh, we got somebody off. That's Stuart Oliver. Stuart Oliver is in the gravel. Now, where's that? I think that's at McLean's. Yes, he's gone straight on there. I don't think he's got as far as the tyre wall. The gravel has arrested the progress of that truck. And Ryan Smith's up to third. Yeah, it looks like we've lost John Newell. There's Newell. He has got a problem, and I think he's coming into the pits. That's smoke from the engine of John Newell's MAN. It is a new truck for this year. So John Newell is going to be heading pitwards, I think. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. That's because of Stuart Oliver off. He's trying to get going again. He's creating smoke. Goodness me. Stuart Oliver looking more like a steam locomotive heading along the outside of McLean's there. I don't know if he'll get going again. So that's going to put Ryan Smith up into third. Steve Thomas will be in fourth. And look at this, John Powell charging down the inside of Adam Bint there. The DAF gets past the Volvo into the chicane. There he is, number 5 Adam Bintz, the Oxfordshire driver. It's back ahead of John Powell in the blue number 6 DAF LF. First time we've seen John in action this year. This is a battle for 4th in Division 2 and 11th place overall now. So the order is now Jenkins, Gibson, Ryan Smith, Steve Thomas, Mark Taylor is up to 5th. It's Jonathan Willis in 6th overall, number 157, the ex-hot rod racer on the short ovals, as we heard from Pointy. Then we have got Jock Borthwick. This is the battle for the lead in Division 2, excuse me. There's the two Mercedes together. Ryan Smith a lap ahead of, well, a couple of laps ahead of Simon Cole because he's been into the pits. And now the battle for the lead is joined. We're going into the last lap, and here comes Martin Gibson. The clock is counting down to 0, so it will be checkered flag this time around. Can David Jenkins hang on ahead of Martin Gibson? They're well clear of Ryan Smith. I wonder if everything's all right with that Mercedes, you know. Ryan Smith is a long way back, 9.5 seconds back on our leaders. There he is. I reckon there's something amiss with that Mercedes, you know. He's not on the pace at all here. Here come the leaders. Down into the old hairpin. Looks as though David Jenkins may well have done enough ahead of the GT Tyres MAN of Martin Gibson. But it's a race of attrition behind. Jock Borthwick is heading for his maiden win in Division 2 in his first season of truck racing, because Michael Oliver has got his mirrors full of Iveco. Craig Reed is going for second place, recovering after his spin when he tried to take the lead. Here they come into Coppice. Is Martin Gibson going to make a move here then as they come into the Robert chicane for the last time? I don't think he's going to be able to. He's not going to be close enough. Our first winner of the weekend here at Convoy in the Park is going to be David Jenkins in truck number 69. There is the checkered flag, and Jenkins in the Digraph Transport Morris Lubricants MAN takes the win. Martin Gibson comes over in second in the GT Tyres MAN, and they are well clear of the championship leader, Flying Ryan Smith, who will take third place. Here comes number 32, the MV Commercials backed MAN of Jock Borthwick. He's going to be heading for his first victory in Division 2. Michael Oliver and Craig Reed bearing down on him. I don't think they're going to catch him here. Here they come into the chicane for the last time. Jock Borthwick from Hoyk in the south of Scotland is heading for victory. Michael Oliver trying to hang on for second place on his return to racing after a couple of years away. Jock Borthwick slides out of the chicane for his first ever Division 2 victory. Well done, Jock Borthwick. A win for Scotland. Michael Oliver second, just ahead of the recovered Craig Reed after his spin a couple of laps from home. We'll have the results confirmed then of truck race number 1. David Jenkins, your race winner, completing 11 laps in a time of 16:13.599, just under a second clear of Martin Gibson. Well back in third and struggling, it seemed, in the closing stage. He lost a lot of time in the last few laps. Ryan Smith in third, then Steve Thomas on his return taking fourth. Mark Taylor was fifth, and Jonathan Willis a fine sixth, the newcomer this season in his MAN. Jock Borthwick, a first ever Division 2 win for him. Well done to the Scotsman in seventh overall. Michael Oliver on his return, eighth in the Scania. Ninth for Craig Reed, recovering from a spin, and Adam Bint rounded out the top 10 in the black Volvo. Stephen and John Powell 11th and 12th, then Bradley Smith in 13th place, and the final finisher was Craig Evans. We lost John Newell as we saw into the pits while on for a podium place in the number 18 MAN. Behind him would have been Stuart Oliver. We lost him into the gravel up at McLean's, that was. Simon Cole was still running at the finish, but a few laps behind, so we'll wait to see if he's going to be classified. We also lost Tom O'Rourke. Brad Smith, number 16, suffered what looked like an engine blow-up, and Paul McCumsky was also an early casualty. Paddy Mack in the number 99, the older Volvo FM12.
All right, and with the two winners, Division 2 and Division 1, two very, very happy gentlemen, two very, very wet gentlemen as well. Chuck, we'll start with you. Congratulations on the Division 2 win. Point you mentioned in the presentation there, it's been a little bit of time coming, improving every week. How do you feel?
Great, fantastic. We've had a journey between problems, teething problems, building the truck. Dave's helped us no end with the truck, and just great to get that result. But good, loved it.
And how special is it to have a presentation in front of quite a few people, get a bit of champagne on you as well? Missed that, haven't we?
Yeah, it's that long since I don't know how to open the champagne bottle. But I'll learn.
I'm sure you will. Dave, if we can bring you in, congratulations. We spoke to you before the race. You said the mission at the start of the weekend was five wins. 1 out of 5, not bad going so far.
Yeah, we don't want to get too cocky yet, do we? But that was really great. It was great racing with Martin in turn 1, and then, you know, we had some good speed at the start of the race. Had a couple of fairly big moments on some oil that was down, and 2 big saves, one in Redgate halfway through the race, and one on the way into the chicane at the end of the race. But no, we were all right. It was obviously tough luck for some of the people around me, but we need to take our good luck when we can.
Yeah, John Newell and Martin Gibson kept you honest for a lot of that, didn't they?
They did, yeah, but we had enough pace to drive away from them. So, yeah, it's. I'm sure it's going to be a long, tough weekend, but the best way to start. So, no, we're great. We're so happy to be back here racing at Donington Park in front of the live audience, and I'd like to dedicate this win to all the dads in the world, especially mine, because it's been 2 years since he's been to see us. So, brilliant. And I've got my family here supporting me. I've got my engineer here. He's got his family here supporting me. So, yeah, we're so happy to be back and back where we belong.
Well, we saw you up there with the kids as well, Dave. I know it means a lot to you. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much.
Trucks coming up to the rolling start then. Race number 2 of the weekend over 12 minutes. Jonathan Willis and Mark Taylor on the front row of the grid in their MAN. Steve Thomas and Ryan Smith on row 2. No Stuart Oliver after problems in race 1. We're also missing Brad Smith and Paul McCumsky, although he may be starting from the pit lane. We'll wait and see. This will be a 12-minute race for the British Truck Racing Association Championship on a slippery track here at Convoy in the Park 2021 at Donington Park. Away they go, and a super start from row 2 by flying Ryan Smith in the Mercedes. He's going to try and slot in on the outside into the first third. He's not got the room there though. Jonathan Willis in the Dawson Direct MAN. Oh, he's gone straight on there. He's been caught out by the wet track. I think there's been some contact further back there between John Powell and Adam Bint. They come together on the outside. Trucks going everywhere on that first corner. It's 81, Mark Taylor has taken the lead here. John Powell involved there with Adam Bint. I think we may have lost Jonathan Willis there as well. Yeah, he's got going again. Powell rejoins at the back. It's Mark Taylor that leads. Ryan Smith in second. Martin Gibson's come through already into third place. Steve Thomas is fourth. Paddy Mack has joined in from the pit lane, number 99 in his Volvo. He's at the back of the field. Simon Cole's back out as well. We are missing Brad Smith, number 16, and we're also missing Stuart Oliver. Problems for him in race 1. Start to sort themselves out then around the first lap. There's Jonathan Willis. He slid wide on the first corner in the Dawson Direct MAN. His first season in truck racing, a bit different to short oval hot rods, but he certainly acquitted himself well. There's Steve Thomas, so welcome back to him, the other Birmingham-based driver here at Donington today. 3 more races coming from the trucks tomorrow, and Ryan Smith is attacking for the lead. He got the better exit from Coppice corner there. He's up alongside Mark Taylor, number 81, and surely the Mercedes Actros is going to take the lead here on the inside. Yes, he's done so into the chicane. Third place is Martin Gibson. Then we've got Steve Thomas. David Jenkins, the race 1 winner, is up into 5th position. N86 of Tom O'Rourke. Then we've got John Newell, and the Division 2 leader is Jock Borthwick, but I think he's slowing there, coming off the chicane slightly as he he's okay now. Craig Evans is up to 2nd in Division 2. He's going well, and Bradley Smith, number 46, in 3rd. So a bit of a sort out, and a bit of bodywork that's come off somebody there. I think that was off either Stephen Powell or Steve Thomas's truck there. Sideways there, look at that, Mark Taylor. I think he's planning to enter the truck drifting out in the Fueltopia arena next to the circuit with sideways action like that. He could lose out here to Martin Gibson. Tries to defend the line, then it's Thomas, Jenkins and the rest of them. As your Division 2 leader, number 32, Jock Borthwick, who's come through from the back of their grid already. It's Ryan Smith who leads the way, the 5-time Division 1 champion. Followed by Mark Taylor up there in 2nd place. Bit of a lock up there from Mark Taylor. Under fire from Martin Gibson in the number 11 GT tyres MAN. It's a good run by Craig Evans, number 10. His first full season in British truck racing. He's 3rd in the Division 2 points. More through consistency as Michael Oliver locks up, hits the back of Stephen Powell, goes over the gravel. Is he going to recover it there? Sideways off the chicane. Simon Cole trying to get involved as well in the Mercedes. And slide their way round. Borthwick still leads Division 2. Adam Bint, I wonder where he'd gone. He stopped in the pit lane exit there, the black number 5. He's out of the race. And again, Mark Taylor drifting his way down the Craner curves. It looks spectacular, but it's not helping his lap times. And Martin Gibson's right there on his tail. Through the old hairpin they come. Ryan Smith going clear, and Martin Gibson did get through into 2nd place there. 4th place is Steve Thomas, then it's David Jenkins. Tom O'Rourke up there in 6th position. So Martin Gibson now going after our race leader, just as he did to David Jenkins in race 1. This time, though, it's Ryan Smith out in front. Here come the leaders down the exhibition straights. Martin Gibson has closed in on Ryan Smith here. This is a good run by the Warwickshire-based driver. Mark Taylor still 3rd ahead of Steve Thomas, David Jenkins, John Newell. Jenkins a little bit wide there into the chicane, O'Rourke behind them, and then Borthwick. Very impressive here, the Division 2 leader, keeping up with the tail of the Division 1 pack. John Newell up alongside Tom O'Rourke. He won't get through though because the yellow light is on there. That's no passing in this zone. Safety reasons. Borthwick's away and gone at the front of Division 2. Looking down at the timing there, he's nearly 9 seconds up on Craig Reed. This is sensational from Borthwick. Martin Gibson, meanwhile, all over the back of Ryan Smith now. He did another fastest lap of the race, 1:38.475 last time through. That's nearly a second quicker than Ryan Smith. Is he still having gremlins with that Mercedes, I wonder? He didn't seem happy in race 1. He slowed over the last couple of laps and dropped back in 3rd place, Ryan Smith. And now he's having to defend from Martin Gibson. Up the outside, yeah, Ryan Smith's got a problem. He's slow coming out of McLean's. I thought he was having trouble there, and his gremlins have struck again. Martin Gibson takes the lead. Well, this is rare indeed. It is not often we see Ryan Smith hit trouble. He's dropping down the order there. 2nd place is now Mark Taylor in the 81, and Steve Thomas up in 3rd. Ryan Smith in real trouble. He's going to have to try and make it back to the pits. He may not even make it that far. I can't remember the last time I saw Ryan Smith fail to finish a race, but he is out of this one. So Steve Thomas up to 3rd, Jenkins is 4th, and Tom O'Rourke up into 5th place. He's going well. As I say that, he gets a bit sideways at the chicane ahead of John Newell there. Then we've got Jock Borthwick. This is a great run by Borthwick. He's keeping up with the Division 1 still here. John Newell draws alongside, gets ahead of Tom O'Rourke there. Here's a battle further back between Simon Cole, John Powell, and behind them Jonathan Willis. First time he's raced a truck in the West, just getting used to his very smart Dawson Direct MAN. Father Dave and brother Andrew, also short oval racers in hot rods for many years. Swing their way through the old hairpin, the leaders. And the red flags are coming out, we're told. The red flag is coming out, I suspect. Yes, it's because of Ryan Smith being parked up. He's parked on the inside of Coppice, couldn't get the truck any further. So the red flag comes out. Of course, no such thing as safety cars in truck racing. It is a red flag if there is a problem. So the race is going to be stopped. There were 2 minutes 50 seconds left on the clock. I suspect that's going to be a declared result. A provisional result then. Win for Martin Gibson by 2.3 seconds ahead of Mark Taylor, with Steve Thomas in third. David Jenkins, the Race 1 winner, in fourth, ahead of John Newell and Tom O'Rourke. Jock Borthwick, the Division 2 winner, way ahead of Craig Reed. And then Craig Evans, a fine third in that division, ahead of Bradley Smith and Stephen Powell, a quiet race for him. Michael Oliver next, ahead of Simon Cole. John Powell recovering from a spin on the first corner. Jonathan Willis completing the finishers. We lost Ryan Smith, Adam Bint and Paul McCumiskey.
Yeah, you join us down in Parc Ferme. Martin Gibson, second and first on the weekend back at Donington. You've got to be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, I love these conditions. It makes it really interesting and mixes it all up. There's a lot going on out there, but happy to bring it back.
Was it what you expected out there? Because obviously we've seen the rain pour at Donington for the last few hours. It's dried up a little bit. No one really knew what we were going to get, but what was it like compared to what you expected it to be?
I expected it to be really slippy and really wet, but it was actually quite grippy. When you went offline, then you knew about it, but no, it was a lot better than expected.
And talk me through the race as well, because as you say, thrills and spills, as there always is in the trucks, but you've ended up on top in the end. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I just making my way through. I got a lot of places on the first lap, and unfortunate for Ryan, it looks like he's had a problem, but it's a shame. We could have had a good race. Cheers, Bird.
And there's the big boss in to say congratulations. It's been a fantastic weekend for you already. Still 3 races to come tomorrow. Forecast doesn't look like it's going to change. You must be feeling so confident.
Yeah, feeling good. We want more results to bring one of Stu's trucks back in this position again, so let's do it.
I wish you all the very best luck for tomorrow. Congrats on a fantastic Saturday.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back down to Parc Ferme. We've got the winner of Division 2 with me, Jock Borthwick. Second time lucky after you put it on the first place in the first race, taken off you, but this time you made absolutely no mistake. Congratulations. How does that one feel?
Great. I mean, the track was slippy, tricky. Truck was good. Just steady away, get the traction where you can, and just get the thing home.
I can imagine that wasn't the easiest task though with conditions like that.
No, definitely no. And I'm just learning third meeting it out, and it just getting the whole grip level and how it handles.
And what's it been like? You mentioned their third ever meeting. It's I'd imagine every single meeting you feel like you've learned an encyclopedia's worth of knowledge to take on to the next one. What's the process been like for you?
It's huge learning, but we've had a load of turbo problems in teeth. We've just built the truck, getting teething problems. Out testing on Thursday, I got 6 laps, done the turbo again. So Dave Jenks went away back and got a van load of turbos at his shed, and we made a turbo up on Friday and fitted it, and it's a Scania turbo running just now. Got a bit of lag on it, but with these conditions, it's maybe okay because it's just torquing away. So I'm just glad to get a finish and finish some races.
And what does it mean to you to get first place on the podium? Because obviously, as you say, not been doing it a huge amount of time, but to get a win must feel absolutely amazing.
Fantastic, yeah. I just got the break there, got away, got up through the middle at the start, into the first corner. A couple of boys run wide, I kept it in tight, and then just tagged onto the back of the Group 1 boys and try to run with them for a little bit. So it just keeps you focused on it's not falling asleep.
Well, a big congratulations on the win. Get your first place hat and champagne again, and hopefully you keep this one this time.
Thanks very much, appreciate it.
Yes, the reason that Jock Borthwick's first win was taken off in there, we didn't get the notification through until that second race was underway, unfortunately. He got a 10-second penalty for jumping the start in race 1. So Jock Borthwick was penalised 10 seconds on his race time, and that put him down to third behind Michael Oliver and Craig Reed. The big rig's ready to rock and roll and rumble then here at Donington Park. 15 minutes of racing from the British Truck Racing Championship. Race 3 of the weekend here at Donington Park. Jonathan Willis on pole, John Newell alongside, David Jenkins looking for his second win of the weekend, as is Martin Gibson in the black and yellow MAN. Jock Borthwick and Michael Oliver are winners so far in Division 2. Here we go then, the pace truck pulls into pit lane. Waiting for the red lights to go out. They do so, the power comes on, and here we go. Watch for Ryan Smith trying to get down the outside in the Mercedes from the back of the Division 1 grid. It's Jonathan Willis on the inside, side by side with John Newell. Will try and get round the outside into the first corner. John Powell's got the advantage in the DAF as they go, as Division 2 go into the first corner. We've got a collision further back. That's Mark Taylor involved. Who's that facing the wrong way? Is that Ryan Smith that's gone in there? Now, what has happened there? We've got David Jenkins. It is Smith who's been hit. Oh my goodness, look at the state of the Mercedes. Disaster for Ryan Smith, the reigning champion. There's broken suspension there. David Jenkins has got going again. Smith, I think, was hit by Mark Taylor, number 81. It was either Taylor or Tom O'Rourke, and David Jenkins with a lot of damage as well. So a number of the favourites involved there in Division 1. So with Ryan Smith's truck standing there, that is surely going to be a race stoppage, with Ryan Smith stuck at red gates. There's damage there to David Jenkins, who's trying to limp it back round into the pits. It's John Newell who's got the lead ahead of Jonathan Willis and Tom O'Rourke. So it was Mark Taylor involved, but surely they're going to have to stop the race. Yes, the red flag is coming out because Ryan Smith's truck is stranded there. Now, is his suspension broken? I don't think he's able to get going again there. He's having a terrible weekend, Ryan Smith. We heard he had electrical problems yesterday. Second attempt then with our first race of the day for the British Truck Racing Championship here at Convoy in the Park at Donington Park. This will be a 15-minute race. Jonathan Willis and John Newell head the Division 1 trucks. Second row, Tom O'Rourke and David Jenkins. Watch for Ryan Smith in the Mercedes. Jenkins and Smith involved in the first corner tangle with Mark Taylor at the first attempt. They're okay to continue. No Taylor on track. Division 2 are headed up by John Powell and Simon Cole. Pace truck will pull into pit lane then. 15 minutes of racing to come. Here we go then up towards the red lights. Ready for take 2 with British Truck Racing Championship. Race number 3 of the weekend. Away they go. Here we go, down towards Redgate Corner for the first time. John Newell's made a good start, so has Ryan Smith up the outside. It's Newell who's got the lead into the first corner. Jonathan Willis holding second on the inside, side by side between Jenkins and O'Rourke for third place. Ryan Smith goes out wide over the curb. It's John Powell who leads in the number 6 DAF in Division 2. Craig Evans dropping to the back in number 10. Down the Craner curves. John Newell, the Yorkshireman, leads in truck number 18 with his new MAN. Willis has held second place, and it's Tom O'Rourke from Scotland in third in the number 86 MAN. Daff from Scania from Mercedes in Division 2. Fourth in Division 2, the defending champion Stephen Powell, the man from Kent. Along the bottom of the circuit they go then. Michael Oliver running well in Division 2 in the Scania, but it's Newell who leads the early stages from Jonathan Willis. Ryan Smith on the tail of his rival for several years now, David Jenkins. David, a former champion. Paced by Ryan Smith, looking for title number 6 in a row this year. Steve Thomas behind them, returning after a couple of years away in his MAN there. He's got Martin Gibson all over his tail. Winner in the second race yesterday. It was David Jenkins who took race 1. Down into the chicane they come. John Newell with the lead. Ryan Smith dodging all over the tail of Jenkins there. Martin Gibson making the move on Steve Thomas. He's got through into 6th position. Over the line they come then. John Newell with a lead of just over a second ahead of Jonathan Willis in second. Good run here by the Birmingham-based driver, the newcomer to truck racing this year in number 157. Tom O'Rourke in third. We've got just under 10 minutes of this race to go. There's the Division 2 battlers. There's Stephen Powell, almost the reverse livery of that on Steve Thomas's truck, his MAN, the yellow and white halves. So here come the leaders. We see Michael Oliver leading Division 2 in the background there under the bridge. And into the pits has come Simon Cole, so he's had a problem with the Mercedes. Had a retirement yesterday as well. David Jenkins still defending from Ryan Smith, and they're being closed down by Martin Gibson. Let's hope those electrical gremlins don't return for Ryan Smith that he suffered yesterday. Failed to finish the second race. I can't remember the last time before that Ryan Smith had a retirement. The new Mercedes Actros, built in Hungary by European Truck Racing Championship star Norbert Kiss. There's John Powell going well second in Division 2, his first appearance of the season. Jock Borthwick is up to third now as David Jenkins up the inside is going to take Tom O'Rourke as they come through Starkey's and Schwantz Curve. Good move by David Jenkins. He's up into third place. Let's see if he can hold it as they come up to McLean's. Yes, he has, and Smith's got through as well. And now Tom O'Rourke defending, trying to defend from Martin Gibson. They're absolutely side by side as they go up towards Coppice. A spectacular sight there as they barrel their way into the right-hander. O'Rourke trying to hold the inside. Now Jenkins under fire from Smith. He's got to defend into the chicane here. Ryan Smith trying to get alongside the 5-time British champion in the Mercedes Actros. Jenkins defends. Now Smith moving back towards the inside. No, you don't, says David Jenkins. Tom O'Rourke still side by side with Gibson. They've been side by side for half a lap. Just lost that bit of momentum coming out of the old hairpin. He's forced wide over the curbs there by Martin Gibson, who goes through and up into 5th position. This is allowing Steve Thomas to close up as well in the 33. John Newell still leads ahead of Jonathan Willis. The gap just over 2 seconds now, and they're 5.5 seconds clear of this scrap between Jenkins and Smith. O'Rourke's lost 3 places down into 6th position. Here's a battle in Division 2. Craig Reed alongside Jock Borthwick. He gets through, forces him wide over the curbs. Borthwick nearly loses it. Steve Powell says thanks very much, I'll go through as well. And so does Bradley Smith in the 46. All change on this lap then. Still your leader is John Newell ahead of Jonathan Willis, and they'll be hoping that the rest of them continue fighting each other behind and they're able to pull away. Borthwick back up the inside, retakes Bradley Smith in the Iveco. Bradley's father, Tony Smith, raced in this series for a number of years. He raced a Finnish-built Sisu truck a few years ago, I remember. Up alongside David Jenkins once again goes Ryan Smith, but he'll be on the outside for the right-hander at Coppice. Jenkins sticking rigidly to the racing line in his MAN. 6 minutes 20 seconds remaining. Smith tries to go for the inside again, down to the chicane, but Jenkins just not leaving him the room there. So it's good defensive driving by David Jenkins. Of course, it is letting Newell and Willis get away at the front. New fastest lap for John Newell that time through, 1:27.559. Willis over the line in second. He's dropped back from John Newell now. 4.7 seconds is the gap. Here comes Smith and Jenkins. They're soon going to be on the tail of Jonathan Willis for second place, I think. They've got Martin Gibson closing them down. This is a good run by Martin Gibson. Had a win yesterday in race 2. Here come the leaders. You can see John Newell has pulled away now in the number 18, looking for win number 2 for his new MAN. Had a win at Thruxton earlier this year, down in Hampshire. David Jenkins defends again. He's determined not to let Ryan Smith pass. 4.5 minutes to go. Here comes Martin Gibson. He's got a run on Smith and possibly Jenkins as well. Look at Martin Gibson. Great exit from the chicane. He's saying, well, if you're going to try and stick to each other, I'll get past both of you if I can. He's up on alongside Ryan Smith. He's going to have to be very late on the brakes. I don't think he's going to get round the outside into Redgates. Look at this, 3 of them almost on top of one another there. Smith's going to try and go through the middle here. Jenkins again defends into the Craners. Crowd are loving this. Smith still holds 4th. He's got to defend at the same time as attacking now, because one false move and Martin Gibson will be through. Down to the older hairpin once again. 4 minutes to go. Still Newell from Willis. They're separated by 4.5 seconds, those two, and further back by nearly 6 seconds now with these 3. They're losing time, and Tom O'Rourke's closing back up again, and Steve Thomas. Could be 5 of them battling for third soon. Jenkins is the cork in the bottle, if you like, here. He's not giving way. Ryan Smith's getting wound up here. He's having to be careful. There's Gibson in the number 11 having a look as they go up towards Coppice as well. with a bit of luck out of the chicane, he could get past both of them if he can get the exit correct. There's the leader. Newell from John Willis. There is the 157, the Dawson Direct MAN. Great run for him in second place. Here comes the third place fight. It's soon going to be 5 of them because O'Rourke and Thomas are towing up onto the back of them now. Tom O'Rourke, who had a non-finish yesterday in the MV Commercial MAN, and now Smith again to the inside. Jenkins moves across, Smith almost onto the grass, swings back out to defend from Martin Gibson. This is more like Caterham racing than truck racing. Through Redgate they go, Smith out wide, Gibson follows him. There you can see the gap to Jonathan Willis ahead of them. There's only 2.5 minutes to go. So there'll be a couple of laps to go this time, and here's the battle in Division 2. Jock Borthwick under fire from the defending champion Stephen Powell. He goes through. That's a move for third in the class. Michael Oliver still leads Division 2. There's the Scania. The Iveco of Craig Reed second, and the MAN's battling for third. Michael Oliver, son of Stuart. Busy with his show trucks now he's out of racing for the weekend. And Martin Gibson's got through. He's got ahead of Ryan Smith. That was to happen down at the bottom section of the circuit while we were looking back at Division 2. I don't think they're going to catch the top 2 here, you know. There's only 2 minutes to go. They might get 2 more laps out of this. We'll wait and see. Steve Thomas has got ahead of Tom O'Rourke behind them, and here comes Martin Gibson. He's leading the attack on David Jenkins now. He's thinking, well, Ryan Smith, you couldn't get past David Jenkins. I'll try and show you how to do it. Smith seems to be struggling this weekend. Oh, and there goes the front bodywork. Look at that, all over the home straight there. Bits of bodywork everywhere off Ryan Smith. Is that a legacy of clipping the back of David Jenkins? Look, he hasn't punctured a tyre doing that because he ran over his own front bumper. Look at the state of the Mercedes. Jenkins still third ahead of Gibson. Tom O'Rourke seems to have slowed. Yes, he's dropping back. Is that a repeat of his problems from yesterday? He's down in 7th. Now, how far behind is Michael Oliver, the Division 2? Yes, he's quite a way back. Less powerful, the Division 2 trucks. Through to the bridge, then up towards McLean's. Still the battle for third goes on. The lead gap is up to nearly 6 seconds now. John Newell is heading for victory. Jonathan Willis is nearly 6 seconds ahead of these 3. He's going to take his best ever finish in second. There is Newell. It looks like he's going to have 1 more lap to go this time because there's 30 seconds left on the clock as he comes down towards the chicane. In the NWT Container Services MAN, comes up over the line to start his final lap. Look at the debris from the truck of Ryan Smith. There's Willis in second. Great run by him. Here comes the third place fight. These trucks looking increasingly battered and bruised. Ryan Smith is going to run over his own debris there if he's not careful. Don't puncture your tyres, Ryan. Up on Martin Gibson. It's still Jenkins holding third. He's held on in front of this group all the way. Steve Thomas 6th. Tom O'Rourke in 7th place. Down the Craners for the last time. Ryan Smith determined to get ahead of Martin Gibson now. Such a frustrating weekend for the British champion. Jenkins has pulled away a couple of truck lengths there. Smith tries again. There is John Newell meanwhile. He's heading for the second win for his new MAN this season. Has led all the way. Probably wondering where everyone else has got to. They're too busy fighting each other. Out of Coppice for the last time. Jonathan Willis still in second. Still the third place fight goes on. Here he comes into the chicane though for the final time. The man from near Rotherham in South Yorkshire, number 18, John Newell. A return to truck racing after several years away a couple of years back. Comes in for win number 2 this season. The win goes to John Newell, and well done Jonathan Willis, a superb second place, his best finish of his debut season so far. Excellent stuff from the 157. David Jenkins does hang on for third. Ryan Smith's got back ahead of Martin Gibson for 4th place. Gibson 5th, Thomas 6th, and 7th place will go to Tom O'Rourke. Next through we will have the Division 2 pack a little bit further back, and it's going to be Michael Oliver. He has been reeled in by Craig Reed in the OK Trucks Iveco for Reed Freight and Reed Truck Sports. It's going to be the GT Tyres Kelsa Truck Products at Scania of Michael Oliver for his 2nd win of the weekend. Accelerates out of the chicane ahead of Craig Reed. Michael Oliver wins Division 2. Craig Reed comes over in 2nd. Who's going to be 3rd in Division 2? It's going to be Jock Borthwick ahead of Stephen Powell. That protects Craig Reed's championship lead. Bradley Smith in his Iveco. He's got a little bit of damage to the bumper there. Comes over in 5th place. We'll confirm the results of that first truck race of the day, the 3rd of the weekend. John Newell the winner by 7 seconds ahead of Jonathan Willis, a brilliant 2nd place for the 2021 newcomer. David Jenkins holding on for 3rd, half a second ahead of Ryan Smith, with Martin Gibson having to settle for 5th, although he did get the fastest lap. 6th place went to Steve Thomas, number 33, ahead of Tom O'Rourke. Then we have the Division 2 trucks. Michael Oliver wins Division 2, finishing a 2nd ahead of Craig Reed. Jock Borthwick 3rd in that division and completing the top 10 overall. Stephen Powell was next home ahead of Bradley Smith. Then Craig Evans, John Powell, and a non-finish, sadly, for Simon Cole. He pulled the Mercedes into the pits after 3 laps.
Mate, with the winner, John Newell. John, you made that look very, very simple, mate. Composed right from the start, let it out, took him home.
Didn't feel that way at the start, but once we got going and settled into a routine, I could keep pulling the gap and the gap and the gap. And then towards the end, they told me to put some quicker times in, trying to get fastest lap, but we were just slightly off. But we had a good race, it was good fun.
Yeah, and you were setting those fastest laps through the middle of the race as well. I think it helped you out that there was a fire raging behind you. Were you aware of that battle for 3rd place?
Yeah, I seen it all going off behind, but I could see I would keep pulling the gap, so I wasn't interested really. I was just concentrating on what I was doing.
Been a great weekend for you so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's getting there. A bit of a bad day yesterday, but hopefully today will be better.
Still 2 more races to come. Wish you the very best of luck with those.
Thank you very much. And
I'm going to grab a word, if I can, with the man in 2nd place. Here we go. In front of the truck for his first ever podium, I believe. An amazing result for you, mate.
Thank you so much.
2nd place.
Yeah.
I think it's only your 3rd ever race, am I right in thinking?
Second race, brand action, this one today.
So 2nd ever meet, you're on the podium. It must feel absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing feeling. You know, there's a hard drive. There's some fast drivers out there. I tried my hardest then when we got there. So congratulations to my team, my sponsors. You know, without all them people, we wouldn't have done it.
It's an incredible achievement. What's it been like? Because obviously you're the newest one on the grid in terms of to this sport. You've had only 2 meets to it, but it's a really exciting sport to be a part of, isn't it? A real family feel.
It's completely different. Everyone's really, how can I put it? They're really welcoming. They help you out. You know, it's a hard thing to drive. It's going from car racing into this. It's completely different. You know, but we're getting there and we're learning. So really pleased with today's result. Well, let's see what we can do in the next race.
Yeah, you are learning quickly, mate. Best of luck for the next ones. Congratulations.
So thank you.
All right, we're going to head on over here. Do stick with us because we're going to try and get the words from the men who are battling away in 3rd place. That crazy, crazy battle between Dave Jenkins, Martin Gibson and Ryan Smith. We're going to try and just get a word. I can see Martin Gibson over here and Dave Jenkins, so let's see if we can bring them all in. Martin, Michael, can I bring you in? All right, Michael, we'll come to you in just a minute, winner of Division 2. Martin, we'll start with you because that battle for 3rd place is one of the most entertaining races we've seen in a very, very long time. Talk us through it from your perspective.
Yeah, that was brilliant. So much manoeuvres and everything, but it's all clean, it was all proper racing, it was brilliant.
That's what you do it for, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. If we can have another one of those, then bring it on.
Talk about the battles though between Ryan, Dave and yourself, because at one point you looked like you were out of it, you brought it back in, then all of a sudden you were the man challenging Dave. It was all over the place, wasn't it? But I mean, how well did Dave do to hold you two off, because you were going at him pretty hard?
Yeah, well, I sat back a bit because I thought these guys are going to take each other out, and then it wasn't happening, so I thought I'd better get involved. Then I got involved and cocked it up, so I ended up at the back anyway.
Michael, we're going to bring you in if we can. Another victory for you, mate. 3 years out, you're on top of the podium once again. It's going all right, isn't it?
That's too easy, man. I tell you, I could barely look left and right. My neck's killing us, so it was a good job. I got a good lead because Craig would have got us, like. But
it does take a little bit of physical getting used to it, doesn't it? Because I know you've been in the paddock all this time, but sitting in the front seat, that's a little bit different, isn't it?
You're trying to say I'm unfit, like?
I wouldn't dream of it.
I know, it does take it out, yeah. I tell you, your arm muscles are working. And bloody hell, there's a belt comes right up past your groin. That you've got to be careful of that one and all.
I bet you do. Right, we're going to let you get off. Best luck in races 4 and 5. We're going to try and find Dave Jenkins and Ryan Smith. Ryan's just over here, so I'm going to grab him. Ryan, need to talk to you about that one, mate. That was a hell of a race. What was it like to be a part of?
Dave Jenkins's mum and dad must have fed him with a catapult, because I tell you now, it was that slow in that race. The pace truck overtook me at one point. I've never raced with anybody so defensive in my life and defended for 1 point like he'd won the Formula One Grand Prix Championship at Checkered Flag. He wants to be ashamed of himself and his team want to be ashamed of himself. The spectators come here for overtaking. From the word go, he spun me into turn 1 when I'd gone by him, and for the rest of that race, he drove that slow, honestly. We've got an electric truck that does 5 miles an hour, could have overtook him. I'm just disappointed in myself that I didn't get by him, but onwards and upwards to the next race there'll be more fireworks.
Yeah, I don't doubt it for a second. Talk us through that first turn, because obviously we spoke to you before the race and you want a big improvement on yesterday. Were you worried at all that you might not be able to get out for that race?
Well, the truck still wasn't right. We've still got a fuel issue, but you make the best of the situation you can. Just so annoyed with other competitors doing that for 1 point and stopping racing. I enjoy racing if somebody's fair, but he was doing 20 mile an hour in some corners and I was crashing him up the rear, as you can see with my bar, because I couldn't go any slower. And I just said to him, Dave, he went, well, I had to do what I had to do. What, for third, fourth? Some people race that way. I race to win. I race to put a good show on for the spectators. I don't defend for 15 minutes. He obviously wanted to. That's his choice. Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards. Wish you the best luck for races 4 and 5, Ryan. Thanks for talking to us. We're going to try and find a word with Dave Jenkins. Give him that little right reply. He's over there, I think. So we're going to head on over to get our final interview after a really dramatic truck race here at Donington Park. Dave looks like he's having a bit of a debrief with his team. And we're going to put some questions to him. Dave, if I can grab you a quick word with you, mate. I enjoyed watching that race immensely. Some people didn't enjoy being part of it as much, I know. How did you react to that race? Because that battle for third was enthralling.
It felt like 30 laps of somewhere. The first corner was a mess. There was a bit of a jump start and a bit of misfortune going on. I got a tap from behind, unfortunately tapped Ryan. Seemed to agitate him somewhat. And then, I had to just defend from him until I got myself a bit of clear space and then get away from there. But we'd got a little bit of walking wounded with the truck and it was too little too late in the race to challenge the other two guys, but we'd have never caught John Newell, and John Willis, a well-deserved first podium for him, so all in all an enthralling race.
Just spoke to Ryan. He says he spoke to you a little bit earlier. He says he could never do what you did and defend. What do you say though? Because for you, I guess it's more points in terms of the championship, and you did what you could.
Yeah, it was it was about the championship battle, wasn't it? And I wouldn't have needed to defend if he hadn't have got physical. So if we'd have been going together, I could have gone forwards. But it was just one of those sort of stalemate situations where I'm not being at all smug, but there's winners and losers in every situation. And this particular time we got the result, he didn't. Next time I'm sure the boot will be on the other foot.
Well, races 4 and 5. If this race is to go by, it should be a cracker. What are you expecting from it?
Yeah, more. Ryan's going to be like a coiled spring now. Clearly, I don't think we'll stop him again. But we need to, we need to make some changes to the truck, get some tyres around it, get it straightened out, and see what we can do. We're looking forward to it.
Oh, so are we. We cannot wait for it, Dave. Best of luck for races 4 and 5.
Lining up behind the pace truck then for race number 4 of the weekend for the British Truck Racing Championship here at Convoy in the Park at Donington Park. Tom O'Rourke in his MAN on pole on the reverse grid. Ryan Smith, after a 10-second penalty in the earlier race for overspeeding, starts alongside him in Mercedes number 1. Steve Thomas and Martin Gibson on the second row. Mark Taylor after his collision in the earlier race starting at the back. Jock Borthwick heads up Division 2 alongside John Powell. Jock also with a penalty in the earlier race. Here we go then, 15 minutes of big rig racing. The pace truck about to pull into pit lane. Watch for the red lights going out, then we'll be underway. Over 15 minutes of racing. The convoy will head down to red gates. Wait for the red lights to go out, and here we go. David Jenkins with a good start from row 3. Ryan Smith from the outside the front row should get the overlap on Tom O'Rourke. He's done so. Jenkins are on the inside, rubbing shoulders with Steve Thomas into the first corner. Martin Gibson in there as well. It's Ryan Smith who's got the lead. Bit of contact there. Jonathan Willis goes wide over the gravel. Just forced out wide. There wasn't any room there to get all the Division 1 trucks through together. Now who's on top in Division 2? Looks like it's still John Powell from pole position. And Jonathan Willis has dropped back a bit as a result of that. Looks like some damage for Steve Thomas. I think he's got a puncture, the number 33. Adam Bint over the grass there at the Craner curve. Yes, Steve Thomas in trouble. He's got a flat tyre. That'll be the end of his race. That contact with, I think it was Jonathan Willis, has punctured the front tyre, so he'll be out of this one. It's Ryan Smith, as expected, out in front from the outside of the front row from Tom O'Rourke. He's under fire from Martin Gibson. 4th place, number 18. Of John Newell. He's come through already in his new MAN, looking to follow up his win from earlier on. Martin Gibson takes a lot of curve there on the inside as he chases the Scotsman Tom O'Rourke for second, but this is going to allow Ryan Smith to increase his lead in the Mercedes Actros out in front. Behind them, David Jenkins. Then it's Mark Taylor's repaired MAN after that first corner wallop in race 3 earlier on. The gap back to the Division 2 leader, which is John Powell in the DAF at number 6. 3 wide. Look at this out of the chicane. John Newell up the inside. Something flew off. I think that was from Martin Gibson's truck there, the number 11. He now goes back to the inside. 3 into 1 into Redgate. This isn't going to work. Here they come. Martin Gibson has got through into second as a result of that. Tom O'Rourke in third. Then it's John Newell. Ryan Smith increasing his lead, saying, well, if you're all going to squabble, I'm going to clear off in front. There's the Division 2 leader, John Powell in the blue DAF ahead of Jock Borthwick. Number 11 of Martin Gibson getting away in second place. The lead was 5.2 seconds last time through for Ryan Smith. Third place is John Newell. Starting to close up then. David Jenkins under fire from Mark Taylor. They collided, of course, in the earlier race as well on the first corner. Division 2 lead battle heading down into the chicane once again. We've lost Steve Thomas, of course. He's pulled off with a burst tyre. Bit of a lock up there from Tom O'Rourke into red gates. David Jenkins not close enough to challenge him though. Here they come down the Craner curves. Ryan Smith is now 6.5 seconds up on this group. Here's the Division 2 battle. Powell from Borthwick. Willis in there as well in the Division 1 truck, having a good race with the Division 2s, trying to make his way back up the order. Then we've got Stephen Powell. Michael Oliver has got a bit of damage to the front of his truck. Then Craig Reed and Bradley Smith. You can see there the front bumper hanging off Michael Oliver. Hopefully that won't damage his tyres. John Powell leads the way, the DAF LF. So it's good driving by John, looking for his first win of the season. Michael Oliver dragging that front bumper underneath the front of the truck, chased by Craig Reed in the Iveco. John Willis in the more powerful MAN trying to move up past these drivers. There's Adam Bint still going towards the back. Simon Cole and Craig Evans rounding out the field. It's close here in Division 2. There's a Division 1 interloper in with them, the Dawson Direct MAN of Jonathan Willis. Big cloud of dust there. Is that dust or smoke? Whether somebody's run wide coming off Coppice there in the Division 1 battle, or whether that's smoke. Yeah, I think it's just dust. Somebody has run wide there. John Willis trying to get past John Powell. He wants to get back up with the Division 1 train ahead of him. He's past Powell. Borthwick moves in to attack the number 6 in turn. That's for the lead in Division 2. Willis now safely ahead of them. I think it must have been Tom O'Rourke who ran wide, because he's lost a couple of places to David Jenkins and Mark Taylor. So he must have gone wide there coming out of Coppice, out of our view. There's the leader. 3-pointed star glistening in the sun there on the front of the Mercedes. Through the Robert chicane comes Ryan Smith on his local circuit, the man from Nottinghamshire. It's fired up after that battle in the first turn. Somebody else has run wide there. Now, in front of this group is Jonathan Willis, so he may have run wide there at Plains. So there is Willis. There's the Division 2 battle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them line astern. Now, Jock Borthwick is trying to slipstream John Powell here down into the chicane. Powell holds the inside. It's good defensive driving. He must have been watching David Jenkins earlier on. Stephen Powell in third in the half and half liveried MAN, half yellow, half white. There's number 12, Michael Oliver. Scotty looks like he's had a tooth knocked out, doesn't it? That damage to the bumper. There's David Jenkins. He leads the battle for 4th place in Division 1 ahead of Mark Taylor. Stephen Powell almost side by side there with Michael Oliver down the Craner curves. I don't think Oliver's going to get through there. Try though. Tries to move Stephen Powell, the reigning champion, aside. He's on the grass there. I think he's going to have to give best to Michael Oliver. I didn't know you could get 2 trucks side by side through there. Oh, you can't. Michael Oliver goes wide. It's going to be 3 wide. Look at Craig Reed up there. He knocks into the truck of Powell, and Oliver's lost out there to Powell and Reed. That's allowed these two to get clear. John Powell ahead of Jock Borthwick. That bumper's now come off the front of Michael Oliver's truck with that trip over the grass. He's gone wide there, Borthwick, onto the grass. That'll lose him a bit of momentum. I love this comment on YouTube. Is this what Amazon delivery drivers get up to on their day off? Well, probably a lot of these drivers are HGV drivers on the road during the week. A lot of these drivers have connections to the road haulage industry, so you're probably fairly accurate with that comment. As Stephen Powell takes a shortcut, nearly spins. Look at the way these 3 are going at it. Stephen Powell, Craig Reed and Michael Oliver, they go 3 wide out of the chicane. This is brilliant stuff. Reed's come out ahead. Adam Bint's not far behind them either now. He's closing in the Volvo. And it's still John Powell who leads Division 2. The lead gap has come down. In fact, Ryan Smith lost some time on that last lap with the Mercedes. Oh, Bradley Smith's pulled off. The Iveco is out. Side by side, you don't know where to look in this race. Side by side between David Jenkins and Mark Taylor. Has Jenks got a problem because Taylor's going round the outside? Now, has Ryan Smith got problems returning? Because his last lap was a 1:34. His best lap of the race, a 1:26. That's well off the pace. Yes, look, he's been caught. Ryan Smith's in trouble, I think. Now, here comes Martin Gibson. Ryan Smith's got a problem, I think, with the Mercedes. He can't get this truck to run right this weekend. He's had repeated electrical problems as I think that's Mark Taylor's gone wide there. Yeah, Ryan Smith in real trouble. Look at the smoke. Oh dear, Ryan Smith's in real problems. Now, he's got 1 minute 37 of the race to go. He's going to try and hang on. Now it's Ryan Smith's turn to defend. You can see the smoke there. He's in real trouble here, Ryan Smith. But I don't think he's going to be able to defend. He's got just under 2 laps to go, I think. He's not going to be able to keep going like that. He cedes the lead to Martin Gibson. Could we see a weekend where Ryan Smith doesn't get a single race win? I can't remember the last time that happened. Look at the smoke from that Mercedes. He was so far in front. Can he make the finish? He's going to try and get... I hope he's not dropping any fluid there. Smoke everywhere. Whether that's a turbo problem, I'm not sure. We've lost Bradley Smith. We saw him pull off. Mark Taylor ran wide at Coppice. He's dropped back from David Jenkins by about 5 seconds now. And it's Martin Gibson going for win number 2 this weekend. John Newell could win this. He could have a second win of the weekend. All the major championship contenders in both classes seem to be hitting problems this weekend at Donington. Here comes Newell now. He's ready to attack Martin Gibson for the lead. This is not over yet. I think they'll get one more lap out of this, and Newell is ready to attack. Here comes the Yorkshireman. 2 MANs together. Martin Gibson in the GT tyres truck. Ryan Smith, I don't think he's even going to make it. No, he's pulling off. He's pulled off on the exit of Coppice. Side by side across the line, and Martin Gibson having to defend here. Look at the way Newell's going. Up the inside. Martin Gibson defends his lead. And still in Division 2, still John Powell is out in front. Well, there's so many shock results here this weekend. David Jenkins is in third place, but the red flag is going to have to come out, I think, because Ryan Smith has stopped on the track on the exit of Coppice, and we've got Jock Borthwick in the gravel trap. What is going on out there? So that's going to give John Powell the Division 2 win. I think the red flags are coming out, though, because of Ryan Smith stopped on the track at Coppice. Right, Jock Borthwick's gone off up there as well. Yeah, the race is being stopped, so that'll be... Now, I think the result, will it be declared at lap 10 or at lap 9? We're going to have to wait and see on that. I think that means Martin Gibson has won, but we'll confirm that shortly. What a chaotic race that was. So we'll confirm the unofficial result at the moment then is a win for Martin Gibson, completing 9 laps, just ahead of John Newell by 0.6 of a second. David Jenkins third, ahead of Mark Taylor and Tom O'Rourke. 6th for Jonathan Willis, completing the Division 1 runners. And well done, John Powell, a fine win in Division 2. Jock Borthwick shown in second, but as he was in the gravel there, I'm not sure... Or did he go off after the end of lap 9? Was it the next lap around that he went into the gravel? I'm not sure, so we'll wait to see whether he's going to be classified second. Behind him, Michael Oliver, Stephen Powell, Craig Reed, then Adam Bint and Craig Evans. We lost Simon Cole a couple of laps from home again. Of course, Bradley Smith was also a retirement, and Steve Thomas an early casualty with a burst tyre.
Yeah, welcome down to Parc Fermé with first and second Martin Gibson and John Newell. Guys, every race feels like it's got a story in it this weekend. I don't know about you. Martin, you've got the win. At some points during that race, you must have been not expecting that at all. Can you talk us through it?
Why wouldn't I expect it? No, it went well. The surface was so slippy, so you just didn't know what to expect at the next corner. And then John was creeping up behind me, making me nervous. With steering problems, I couldn't go any quicker, so I'm happy to bring it back.
Yeah, I bet you are. John, it was a frantic finish in the end, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Starting 8th on grid and then coming through and getting up to 4th and then 3rd, and I'm thinking, right, now 2nd, and then we're closing on Martin, and then red flag. I thought, no, just give me a couple of more laps.
Yeah, it was a strange finish, wasn't it, when that red flag came out? I'm guessing you just signed some relief.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been easy in a couple more laps, but thank God for that.
Yeah, John, you've been flying today for sure. Like, you obviously had that great win earlier on, second here from 8th in the second race. Absolutely flying.
Yeah, brilliant. Couldn't be happier, to be honest with you. The truck's amazing.
And I've seen you as well in the paddock. You've got lots of visitors to the Newell Truck Sport paddock as well. You're really enjoying your Sunday here at Donington, aren't you?
Yeah, you've got to do. You've got to put a show on, haven't you, for everybody?
Yeah, certainly doing that. And we've still got one more race to come. You two are going to be in the midst of it, I'm sure, again. We're going to have any more drama, do you think?
Well, we're at the back, so it's going to be drama for us getting through, but that's how I love it, so bring it on.
It's how we love it as well. Congratulations, boys.
Thank you very much.
Forming up behind the DAF pace truck then for our final British Truck Racing Championship race of the weekend here at Convoy in the Park 2021. Jonathan Willis on pole, Tom O'Rourke alongside him. A weekend of surprise and unexpected results. Crown Oil DAF leads them round. Mark Taylor and David Jenkins on the second row. No Ryan Smith, a blown turbo on his Mercedes in race 4, putting him out of this one. Division 2 headed up by Craig Evans and Adam Bint. This is going to be a cracker in very damp and slippery conditions following the rainstorm earlier on. Ready for the rolling start. This will be a 15-minute race. I'm looking forward to this one. Here we go then. Let's get ready to rock and roll. The big rigs about to get underway as the convoy heads down towards Redgate. The red lights are out, and here we go. The power comes on, and Tom O'Rourke sliding all over the place already. Here they come then. The flag goes down to set Division 2 underway. It looks like Jonathan Willis is going to hold his lead on the inside as they head through Redgate for the first time. Willis leads it. Trying to get around the outside is Tom O'Rourke. Taylor's there on the inside. Everybody else taking it very, very carefully behind. Sliding wide. Craig Reed a bit sideways in there in the red Iveco. Here they come then. What a sight that is down the Craner curves. Martin Gibson's got away well. Those GT tyres on his truck must be working well. He's up into 4th place, chasing David Jenkins. They've got past O'Rourke. It's Mark Taylor up into 2nd, but Jonathan Willis has the lead. Local man from Birmingham. Leading Division 2 is Craig Evans, number 10 in his MAN. Adam Bint getting a bit of a push there from Craig Reed, who moves across. They're side by side through Starkeys. Then it's Michael Oliver. I think there could have been a change for the lead there. I think Jonathan Willis lost out. We've got a spinner at the back. That's Jock Borthwick. Has gone for a spin, exiting the old hairpin onto the grass. Try and recover there. Let's do a 3-point turn there to rejoin. Steve Thomas's door's flapping open again. He may be flagged in for that. Craig Evans leads Division 2. Got his best ever result in Division 2 yesterday with a 3rd place. Here are the leaders. Jonathan Willis has lost out to another pair of MANs, Mark Taylor and David Jenkins, side by side. Martin Gibson trying to come through as well. Then we've got Tom O'Rourke in 5th, number 86. John Newell in 6th. Steve Thomas in 7th. As Jenkins up the inside will take the lead into the chicane. Looking for his 2nd win of the weekend. He won race 1 yesterday. Taylor 2nd. John Newell has had a win as well. 2 wins for Martin Gibson. And Newell and Gibson, could they mount a challenge for the championship this season? It would be great if they could try and close down on the luckless Ryan Smith. Steve Thomas coming into the pits to secure that door, no doubt. As David Jenkins leads. Here comes Gibson. Could he complete a hat-trick for the weekend? Through the standing water at Redgate, he clips Mark Taylor. Nothing he could do there. Slid into the side of him. O'Rourke is 4th, Willis 5th. John Newell goes gravel bashing on the outside there in 6th. Steve Thomas is in the pit lane. So 7th overall is Craig Reed. He's taken the lead in Division 2 from Craig Evans. Here comes Martin Gibson, chased by number 81 of Mark Taylor. Oh, Adam Bint's in the gravel. He's gone off. Closing in Martin Gibson. Now the gap was 1.9 seconds between Jenkins and Gibson last time through. Just under 10 minutes of this race to go. Through the chicane. I think Gibson's going to be closer this time through. There's Mark Taylor 3rd. O'Rourke 4th in the Hiab Cranes and MV Commercials MAN. John Willis still there in... he's in 5th place. Where's John Newell? He's made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped behind Craig Reed, so Newell has had a moment somewhere. Bit of dirt on the front of the truck there. He's been off some. Over the line they go. The lead gap is in fact increased to 2.2 seconds. John Newell will get back ahead of 68 of Craig Reed. Goes through. 2nd is still Stephen Powell in Division 2, and 3rd is Michael Oliver Scanion. Over the standing water at Redgate. Stephen Powell under fire from Oliver. There's John Powell in the number 6, then Bradley Smith. Craig Evans has dropped behind, and there's the number 10. Now, Jenkins continues to lead. He's pulling away from Martin Gibson. This is looking good for the MAN pilots. Lead in the Iveco Stralis. Continues to set the pace in Division 2. 7th overall. Minor Stern still for 2nd. Reedy's getting away now. That's the gap this time in the overall lead. 4.6 seconds between Jenkins and Gibson. Taylor 3rd. Tom O'Rourke still running well in 4th. The man who had that huge crash at Thruxton last year. A bit battered and bruised, and nearly battered and bruised there. John Newell over the gravel at the chicane, and that's dropped him back again behind John Willis. Still ahead of Craig Reed though, 6th overall. He's had a couple of moments in this race. John Newell had a win earlier in the weekend. Steve Thomas scrabbling through the chicane there as well, trying to make his way up the order again. There's been a change behind in Division 2 there. John Powell's got ahead of Michael Oliver for 3rd in Division 2. 5.5 minutes to go in this final race of the weekend for the British Truck Racing Championship here at Convoy in the Park. Sliding their way down the Craner curves there. There's Jock Borthwick. He's still going at the tail of the field after his earlier spin. Took him a while to rejoin on the wet grass. Here's the battle for 2nd in Division 2. Stephen Powell, John Powell, Michael Oliver, Bradley Smith, and they're being caught by Steve Thomas after his pit visit earlier on. Craig Evans and Jock Borthwick still further down behind. Still Craig Reed. He's nearly 3 seconds up on Stephen Powell now in Division 2. There's Powell, defending from John Powell, the number 6, and he fired up after that penalty earlier on. He'll be a bit angry if I know him, frustrated with that 10-second penalty he got for overspeeding. He's lost him his advantage. They come then down into the chicane. Watch for Bradley Smith up the inside there in the Iveco, number 46. Oh, Stephen Powell a bit sideways there. Michael Oliver holds off Bradley Smith. There was a bit of a shove there, I think, on the back of Stephen Powell, who gets his foot down and gets away. There's Martin Gibson still second. The gap's up to nearly 6 seconds now. David Jenkins making this race his own. Mark Taylor third, Tom O'Rourke is fourth. And look at this in Division 2. Michael Oliver trying to go around the outside. Stephen Powell sideways again. John not able to take advantage. Now here comes Steve Thomas. He just wants to get through this lot. He's in a quicker truck, of course, being in Division 1. And he just wants to get around this little lot without any incidents. We'll see if he can catch the rest of the Division 1 field ahead of him. I think he might run out of time for that, though. There's just over 3 minutes left. Making their way down, John Powell a bit sideways, being almost pushed there by Michael Oliver in the Scania T11000. There's Jenkins out on his own, heading for win number 2 for the weekend. Through the chicane, right to the left, there's Craig Reed, still leading Division 2. The main battle is for second. There's the interloper, number 33, Steve Thomas. To have him back, he's been away for quite a while from truck racing, the boss of Thomas Transport, based in Birmingham. There's the battle for third. Is that coming down? Just over 2 seconds between Taylor and O'Rourke, similar to MAN's. Side by side, John Powell and Michael Oliver. Closing on Stephen Powell, they're all over him. Mirrors full of truck there. John Powell side by side with Oliver. He got to the outside, he's got the inside for the second pass of the chicane. He goes through. Steve Thomas says, OK, I'll speed past as well. I've got the power advantage, I may as well. Now we're seeing double. See what I mean about those two liveries? We've got them together on track at last, so we can make the comparison. He'll go past Michael Oliver shortly as well, I would think. Steve Thomas. The Division 2 boys are going to be getting a bit frustrated with Thomas because he's getting in the way of their battle here. They want him to just go through and get away from them. Bradley Smith moving up on John Powell now. Is he going to lose another place? No, Powell holds on into the Craners. 90 seconds left, so David Jenkins is going to be coming up to start his last lap this time. Steve Thomas up on the back of Stephen Powell. To Mirror Image MAN. Let's try saying that after a few drinks. Steve Thomas now gets through. He's got past the Division 2 battle except for Craig Reed. Coming up to the right-hander at McLean. Stephen Powell still second in Division 2. There goes Craig Reed. David Jenkins is into his final lap now. He's just gone over the line. Fastest lap of the race for Martin Gibson. 1:43.053, but he's still nearly 6 seconds back on Jenkins, so it looks like Jenkins is going to take the win. Tony Jenkins was a successful truck racer as well. There is Craig Reed heading for another win in Division 2 to extend his title lead. Michael Oliver staking his claim with 3 wins this weekend. There is Jenkins, Staffordshire driver in the Digraph Transport Morris Lubricants MAN. Through the old hairpin for what will be the last time, 20 seconds on the clock. There's the gap in Division 2. Craig Reed leads Michael Oliver up to second now. He's got ahead of Stephen Powell by about 7 seconds. Craig Reed is heading for victory in Division 2. Through McLean's for the last time goes the leader. Martin Gibson in a lonely second place. A great weekend he has had. 2 wins. It's going to be 2 wins for Jenkins as well, and a win for John Newell. Are we seeing a changing face in British Truck Racing Division 1? Clock has counted down to 0. Our final winner of the weekend is going to be David Jenkins with a second victory of the weekend. He's into the chicane at the wheel of the Digraph Morris MAN for the final time. He comes out of the chicane, up towards the checker flag, slides it sideways. It's a big 10-4 from David Jenkins as he crosses the line to win the final truck race here at Convoy in the Park. Second goes to Martin Gibson, a great weekend for him, some brilliant results. And they're well ahead of... Oh, Tom O'Rourke has cut the chicane. They've come together on the final turn. Taylor spins. Oh, the battle for third comes to a head. On the final bend, Tom O'Rourke takes third. What on earth happened there? That was like a scene from the movie Convoy, wasn't it? Fourth goes to Mark Taylor, slides his way home, and well done Jonathan Willis. Some great results this weekend as well. 5th place in only his 2nd ever truck race meeting. There's a stack of tyres in the middle of the road there creating an extra chicane. Craig Reed negotiates them. He comes through to win Division 2. John Newell taking 6th overall. Steve Thomas 8th overall, the final Division 1 finisher. Reed takes Division 2 ahead of Michael Oliver. 3rd in that division, Stephen Powell. Well done, Bradley Smith, a fine 4th place in Division 2. The other finishers will be John Powell and Craig Evans. We lost Jock Borthwick, he pulled up a few laps from home, and Adam Bint, you can see in the gravel there in the background. David Jenkins the winner by 6.5 seconds in the end, ahead of Martin Gibson, with Tom O'Rourke stealing 3rd in that contretemps with Mark Taylor on the final turn. John Willis, another great result, in 5th, ahead of John Newell. Craig Reed 7th to win Division 2. Steve Thomas, having called into the pits to fix his flapping door, made it back up to 8th. Michael Oliver 2nd in his class in Division 2, ahead of Stephen Powell. Then the other finishers, Bradley Smith, John Powell and Craig Evans. We lost Jock Borthwick and Adam Bint.
Well, welcome down to Parc Fermé. Dave, that was a fantastic drive from yourself in really difficult conditions. That must be a really satisfying win.
Yeah, it might not have been the race the crowd wanted, but it was the one that we wanted. We've had a very tense afternoon. We had a brilliant day yesterday, great first race today, technical difficulties in race 2, and that one's for the team, the best team and the best family in the paddocks. Thank you so much to everybody, absolutely phenomenal.
Talk us through Redgate, because I'm going to ask a few drivers this, but we knew from drivers in other races before this one that Redgate was going to be a little bit dicey. You got to cross the Nile and the Amazon down there. What was it like?
Yeah, no, I spotted the river on the outlet, fortunately. It was just quite attentive for me, and I knew some of the less experienced lads just wouldn't know how bad it was going to be when they got down there, and sure enough it was. I got it round the white line and held on, and then after that, thank goodness I got myself some breathing space on the first lap, because I think if you'd have been in battle down there, your ego would have overtaken your talent and you'd have been off without a question. You know, you had to really, really stop it and just drive, and we got so much speed in the rest of the lap, there was no need to take any risks down there.
Yeah, it seemed to me that first lap in particular, off the start, everyone seemed to be a little bit knowledgeable of that. No one was silly. It was sensible enough.
Yeah, sensible as we get, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I had a look round in the first lap and decided where it was dry, where we were going to push, and where we definitely weren't going to push. I did have one big scary lock up into the chicane one lap. After I divided, it was all right up there. So you're not always right, but no, great race and great weekend.
You said to me at the start of the weekend you were looking for 5 wins. It's not quite 5, but you've not had a bad weekend by any account. How do you sum up your Donington weekend now we're at the end of it?
Tough, and I was glad to get here at the start of the weekend, and now I'm glad to go home. Yeah, just tough. Great weekend, great to see the fans back, great to see the trade support back, and yeah, onwards to Snetterton.
Onwards to Snetterton, sounds good to me, Dave. Best of luck for that one.
Thank you very much.
Convoy in the Park 2021 gets a big 10-4 from me, and we'll see you next time.